Donald Trump woke up earlier than usual that morning. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a soft golden glow over the quiet streets. He carried a small bag and a secret no one knew about. As he got into his car, he typed an address into the GPS: Hope Springs Orphanage. The drive was peaceful, and Donald couldn't help but smile as he thought about the day ahead. He had been planning this visit for weeks, and now, the moment had finally arrived. When he pulled up to the orphanage, the director, Mrs. Thompson, greeted him at the door. She didn't recognize Donald, but she had been informed that a volunteer would be arriving. "Welcome," she said warmly. "We're so grateful for your help today." Donald smiled and nodded, choosing not to reveal his identity. He wanted this day to be about the children, not about who he was. The children were playing in the yard when Donald walked in. They paused, their curious eyes fixed on the tall, blue-eyed man who had just entered their world. Donald approached them with a gentle smile. "Hi, I'm Donald," he said. "I came to spend the day with you." The kids, initially shy, quickly warmed up to his friendly and genuine demeanor. They could sense that he was different, someone who truly cared. But Donald's visit wasn't just about spending time with the children. In the bag he carried, there were special gifts for each child. These weren't just random presents. Donald had taken the time to learn about each child's dreams and interests. He had worked closely with Mrs. Thompson to ensure that every gift was meaningful. One child, a budding artist named Mia, received a sketchbook and a set of high-quality colored pencils. Another, a soccer enthusiast named Liam, was given a brand-new soccer ball. And then there was Emma, a little girl who loved music. She received a small keyboard. The children's eyes lit up with joy as they unwrapped their gifts. But Donald's kindness didn't stop there. As the day progressed, Donald immersed himself in the children's world. He played soccer with Liam, who was thrilled to have a new teammate. He sat with Mia, admiring her drawings and encouraging her to keep pursuing her passion. And with Emma, he sang songs, filling the room with laughter and music. The children were captivated by Donald's presence, and it was clear that he was enjoying every moment just as much as they were. During lunch, Donald sat with the children, listening to their stories and sharing some of his own. He spoke about the importance of kindness, resilience, and following one's dreams. The children hung on his every word, inspired by his wisdom and warmth. But the real surprise was yet to come. After lunch, Donald approached Mrs. Thompson and whispered something to her. Her eyes filled with tears as she listened. Donald had made a generous donation to the orphanage, one that would cover their expenses for an entire year. Mrs. Thompson was overwhelmed with gratitude. "Thank you," she said, her voice trembling. "This means so much to us." Donald simply smiled and replied, "It's the least I could do." As the day drew to a close, the children gathered around Donald, hugging him and thanking him for the unforgettable day. Donald looked at each of them, his heart full. "Remember," he said, "the most important thing in life is to support each other and share love. You all mean so much to me." As Donald left the orphanage, he noticed a reporter standing outside. The media had caught wind of his visit, and the footage quickly spread on social media. The next day, Donald's secret act of kindness was the talk of the world. People were inspired by his quiet and sincere gesture, and the story touched hearts everywhere. But Donald wasn't seeking attention. In fact, he hoped that his actions would inspire others to do good in their own communities. "You don't need fame or a big name to make a difference," he said in a brief interview. "What matters is the intention in your heart." The ripple effect of Donald's kindness was felt far and wide. People around the world were moved by his example, and many began to perform their own acts of kindness. The children at the orphanage, meanwhile, held on to Donald's words. They knew that they had been touched by someone special, and they vowed to carry his message of love and respect with them always. Donald's visit to Hope Springs Orphanage wasn't just a one-time event. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life, one where he dedicated himself to making a positive impact on the world. He continued to visit orphanages, schools, and community centers, always quietly and without fanfare. His actions spoke louder than words, and he became a role model for people everywhere. One day, Donald received a letter from Mia, the young artist he had met at Hope Springs. She had used the sketchbook he gave her to create a beautiful portrait of him, surrounded by the children of the orphanage. "Thank you for believing in me," she wrote. "You've inspired me to chase my dreams." Donald was deeply moved by her words, and he knew that his efforts were making a difference. Years later, Donald's legacy of kindness continued to grow. The children he had touched went on to achieve great things, each carrying a piece of his wisdom with them. And Donald, now an older man, remained committed to his mission of spreading love and respect. The world had come to see Donald Trump not just as a businessman or public figure, but as a leader and a beacon of hope. His quiet acts of kindness had left an indelible mark on the hearts of many, and his story served as a reminder that even the smallest gestures can change the world. Donald's journey was far from over, but he knew that he was on the right path. As he looked back on that unforgettable day at Hope Springs Orphanage, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The children he had met, the lives he had touched, and the ripple effect of his kindness were all testaments to the power of love and respect. And so, Donald continued to walk his path, inspiring others to do the same. The world was a better place because of him, and his story would be remembered for generations to come. This brings us to the end of this story. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story, if you did. Don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends too. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.